All right, so let's jump in on board number one. We see our partner open one heart, and we respond only one spade with this hand. We do have 20 high card points, and a lot of you might have been tempted to do something different here, but really, we never want to distort the shape of our hand, right? So we're not going to start with two diamonds and then come back to spades. And we also really don't have to worry about partner ever passing, right? Because new suits by responder are forcing. And this is a great example of why they are, right? Because sometimes I have a very good hand, and I certainly do not want to be chewing up bidding room when we may have to investigate at least a small slam, right? So we respond one spade, and our partner rebids one no trump. And this is a simple accounting of the points. We should know partner has the range of about 12 to 14 points when they open a suit and then rebid one no trump. Okay? And we have 20. And that's 32 points. And the rule is whenever we have at least 32, we want to be playing slam. Right? Sometimes if we have at most 32 and we're both kind of balanced hands, we might stay out of a slam. But 32 is a good number to be looking at, and we have at least that much, right? With partner having their worst hand. So we just bid six no trump, and that's where this should end, right? And when we do that, I want to show you all the hands here. We see that the auction will just pass out here, and the robot made a weird lead on this hand. The best lead would be probably a spade from the east hand, and I'm going to take over here. If we're looking at just the east hand on this auction, and I see that the auction has gone a heart of spade, one no trump, six no trump. I usually don't want to lead away from any stuff, even stuff that we think could never possibly take a trick, right? So, for instance, this heart. It's really dangerous to lead this suit because we see that our right hand opponent was the one that bid hearts, right? So, we certainly don't want to lead a heart. Leading a club is never going to be okay in a slam because we're leading away from a trick very frequently. And the same is true for diamonds, right? So even though we should know that this player is the very strong hand, that's the player that jumped to six opposite a potential 12 count, we also should know that our partner has nothing. All right, so we see 6 points. They're in a slam. That's 32. There's 38. So leading away from stuff is usually going to be super bad. Slam. And on this lead, if I do lead a spade, we'll take a look at the rest of the hands here, and we can see after this spade lead, dummy comes down, and we're just going to have a pretty easy time of things here. And it's mainly because the heart suit is breaking perfectly for us. The hearts are 3-3 in the opponent's hands. So we're going to take five hearts. The spades are also 3-3. So we are going to take four spades. That's nine. We'll take two diamonds for 11 and the ace of clubs for 12. And the 13th trick will essentially be either you're going to finesse diamonds or you're just going to run those hearts and run those spades and see what the people pitch. And you'll probably have a much better idea toward the end of the hand as to what suit is going to bring home those tricks for you. And so let's take a look at the next board. So now I have us sitting in the south chair on board number 8. This was a board I had a lot of questions on. And the auction starts with our partner, the north player, opening one diamond and east passing. And west was also a passed hand. So the auction was pass, a diamond, pass. And this is your hand. Usually you would just add up your points and say, hey, I don't have enough values to respond. I need at least six, so I'm not going to do anything. And that is definitely not true on a hand like this. When you are very short in your partner's minor suit opening, especially when you have some major suit cards, and on this hand, you have an amazing major suit holding, right? Even though you only have 3 points, your shape is terrific. You have five spades and four hearts. And even though you certainly hate bidding, you kind of have to, right? And you're going to just bid one spade because the worst case scenario is partner just plays one diamond with three diamonds opposite your singleton or four diamonds opposite your singleton. You are certainly going to do better in almost any other spot you find. So we start with one spade. And both of us should kind of understand this situation. When one of us opens a minor and partner makes a one level bid, it is unlimited in strength and it's usually 6 plus. But just hold in the back of your head that it could sometimes be a very weak hand. that has shortness in the minor that partner opened. So South is going to open one spade, and North is going to punish them. And unfortunately, that's going to happen on this hand. It's perfectly normal when I show you North's hand to actually bid four spades, right? They have a huge hand, and partner just responded with a major that they have a fit in, right? So this is always going to be the auction. And the good thing is, it proved out in the results for the most part. We had three pairs that all found the spade suit. Two of them were actually correctly in game. They were in four spades down one and four spades down two, respectively, which did better than the other people that did not respond with the south hand. Right? So North went down two and no trump also, and then in other hands we let East West play the cards. And East West can make some contracts. They made three clubs, and they also had a lucky spot where they were able to make one no trump. That was maybe a defensive slip, but in these spots, it's okay to be normal, and it's also okay to do something that the rest of the field is doing, right? So if we're playing in a good field, and my Thursday morning field is a good field, right? We certainly don't want to leave partner in that minor suit. So when we're super short in a minor, bid something, and then you're done. All right, let's see the next one. So I had some questions on board 12, and I see why when I look at the results, because we had half of the field making four spades and the other half going down one or two. So let's talk about how we would go about playing this hand. And where we're going to start is just by counting our losers. So we can see that right away we have two club losers, right? We have the ace, but we certainly have two small here, and we started with three in the dummy. So we have two club losers. We have no diamond losers, and that's because we have solid diamonds in our hand and only one in the dummy. We have one heart loser, and we also have at least one and potentially two spade losers. So that's way too many losers to start with. But the good thing is, we can get rid of some stuff. After we see that the club is led, we also see partner has shortness in diamonds. So there's a good way where we can start getting rid of our losers and just reconcile ourselves to losing three tricks on this hand. And those three tricks are going to end up being only one heart and the two big spades. And we're just going to play our diamonds immediately. You shouldn't fear any roughs here. We started with three and dummy only had one. So this is a super safe play. And now we're just going to take advantage of roughing in the shorthand. Notice I voided dummy of clubs by playing my diamonds. And now I get to trump a club. And then I bring a heart back to my hand and I trump another club. And now I really don't have a care what happens. I'm going to play the ace of spades. I've already come to terms with losing the king queen of spades. So I knew I was going to lose a heart, and in fact my left hand opponent roughed that trick. And if you remember, I had ace 10 of spades and dummy. So at this point I would just claim. I would just say, okay, you get the king queen of spades and I'll take the last one. And there we go. Claim for plus 420. So let's take a look at board 19. This was one I had quite a few questions on, and one of the main ones is what do we do with this south hand? And what I will tell you is, as the dealer with 11, I'm going to open this hand. And it's because of several factors, but here's what I like to say. If I have an 11 that's good, meaning all my cards are working for me, I don't have useless cards, and I have a 5 card major, especially when it's a good quality 5 card major, I'm going to open the bidding. Right? So I have 11 high card points. They're all working for me. I have king small of clubs and I have ace king jack fifth of hearts. So I know some of you are a little timid in these spots, but this again is a spot where you should just be opening one heart. But I'm going to pass just to show you how the auction would have proceeded had you not opened this, which I think several of you did pass with this hand. But also, if you look at the rule of 11, you're qualifying in this spot as well. So just food for thought there for those of you that did pass. But if you do pass, you actually get a pretty cool auction because your left-hand opponent opens a diamond and partner responds a spade. And here's where the Q bid comes in, guys. Not only do we have 4 card support for partner's major, we have a good hand, right? We have a hand that, honestly, as I said, you probably should have opened. So here we certainly show a good raise for partner suit. That's what two diamonds is. What you should have done if South opened. So South is going to open one heart, and that West hand is a huge two-suiter, right? They have diamonds and clubs. And the good thing is we have a perfect bid for that. It's two no trump, and that's what the West player should choose to do with this hand if hearts was opened in the South. All right, it's the perfect opportunity to show both their suits. They have a very strong hand. And now, for those of you that are a little deeper into the game, we're going to show you unusual over unusual. That's what this bid is. Now, in this auction, we know that West has diamonds and clubs. So, as North South, we can use this bid to show different things. We can use clubs and diamonds to mean certain things that are helpful to us in these spots. And the rule usually is if we Q bid the lowest ranking suit that they showed, which here was clubs, we are going to be showing a limit raise or better in partner's suit. So, three clubs on this hand would be hey, I have a heart fit and I have 10 or more points. And it's essentially the Q bid. And the three diamond bid, because that's also never going to be a natural bid for North, becomes the other suit. Okay, so here I've opened a heart, and West has shown the two minor suits. So three diamonds actually show spades, which is exactly what North is trying to show. And this is another way we're absolutely going to find a game in spades. And now partner just has an easy four spade bid, seeing that we open the bidding. So a couple of different ways we could go about this. Again, I would always open the south hand no matter what chair I'm in. And if you do see that bid by south, you just love it, because as west, that means you get to make that unusual 2 no trump bid. And unusual over unusual is a very common agreement to play because it helps us defend against the preempts that these opponents, these pesky opponents, are going to make against us. So board 21 was super interesting because we wake up with this south hand and partner has opened one diamond. And it's a very strong situation. We have an excellent diamond suit. We know partner is likely to have four of them. And the real issue with a hand like this is what sorts of agreements do you have? Because this is a hand that is tailor made for the inverted minor suit raise, which means if I bid two diamonds, I'm going to be showing not a 6 to 9 hand, but a 10 plus hand. This is really useful because it helps us keep the auctions low when we have good minor suit fits, and it certainly helps us preempt when we have lots of the minors and not a lot of points. So it's best to invert the meaning of these bids, which is why it's called inverted minors. And if you do that, you can start with this strong raise. Two diamonds should show like 10 or more points, or a good 10 or more, and at least four, but usually five or more in the suit that we're raising, especially when it's clubs. And when it's clubs, it should always be five or more. When it's diamonds, it could potentially only be four, but there should be a really good reason for that happening. After we make this raise, partner bids two hearts, which I don't want to confuse anybody. That is not I have four hearts. That is I heard you make the minor suit raise, which means you have denied four in either major suit. So I want to start bidding my stoppers to see if we can play no trump. And on this hand, that's exactly what the North player has done. They bid two hearts. And now with this hand, we know we have game. Our partner may not be aware of it, but we certainly know. The question is, do we have slam? And it's a very tough auction to navigate, but here is what we want to kind of weigh out. We certainly want to play game, and if we play game, we want to try to direct it into no trump because that's our highest scoring spot, right? That's the sweet spot for the most points for the least tricks. However, we also want to hold slam and diamonds at least out there, right? If we could play slam and diamonds, it would certainly score more, and this is a hand that could very well make a lot of tricks in that suit. So we want to go deliberately, right? We don't have to jump to five diamonds here, which I'm sure a lot of you kind of thought and just said, okay, forget it. I know we can make this contract, which is good. Sometimes that's great to just get to a place you know you're going to be able to have a good shot at making, but we want to be a little more scientific and really, if we're not going to play slam, get to the best game, which is three now. So we're going to bid two spades, which partner should assume is us showing a spade stopper, which we do have. However, what we are doing is simply making a forcing bid to hear what partner wants to do next. And what they did, at least what the robot chose to do here, is to bid three diamonds. And this kind of says, hey, I heard what you said. You have a spade stopper, I have a heart stopper. I'm not willing to bid three no trump at this point. And that should worry us a little bit because of our club situation. We have a singleton queen. So, in order to keep us below 3 no trump, which is really important, guys, when we know we have game and it could be no trump, don't go past it until you know it's not no trump. All right. So, at this moment, you could just raise diamonds again to game or even slam, but you're kind of guessing. Right. So, how about just making another call? And the key is make sure it's a call between the bid that was made and 3 now. It's like this is our last chance, partner. Let's check out if we can play 3 no trump. So a good call here is three hearts. Three hearts would say, "Hey, guess what? I probably have some stoppers and hearts too. Can you bid 3 no? What do you want to do?" And on this hand, partner does bid 3 no trump. And here's where I would pass. And that's because I've arrived at a very high scoring game. We're going to take lots of tricks, and I'm not too, gung ho for slam. And it's primarily because of this bid. When partner after our two spade bid bids three diamonds, that's kind of saying, hey, I kind of don't want to go any further, right? I didn't bid two no or three no, and it seems to suggest they might have an issue with no trump. So I don't really want to tempt a lot of fate here and go any higher. I do know though that after I bid three hearts, partner did bid three no trump, and I have a card that could be very useful in setting up an extra stopper in that suit should it be needed. And the best part about playing hands like this in no trump is we know we have a massive source of tricks. Especially our partner is likely to have four diamonds. We have 10 diamonds together. We have outside winners for sure, considering that partner showed something in hearts, the ace of spades, and six diamonds. That's a pretty darn good start for 3 no trump. So if you played this hand at the club and you were in 3 no trump, you would have gotten the second highest score this morning on this board. And that's because Nadia and Joan actually found their way all the way to six diamonds on this hand and made six. So congratulations to you guys. You absolutely got the best score on this board. However, it's not necessarily the best of slams. You need a little bit of luck to make it, so you maybe bid a little too much, but you got rewarded handsomely with plus 1370. So congrats on the top board there. So on board 25, I'm just sitting as the North player at the moment. And I want to go over the logic behind this auction here. Because the correct contract is two diamonds on this board, board number 25. And I want to show you how we get there and why we get there on this auction where we wouldn't on a slightly different one. We start this auction with a pass, which is actually important. And we started with a pass and partner open one heart. And we're going to respond to no trump with this hand. We don't really have any other choice, right? We can't really make a bid at the two level. We don't have enough values. And some of the bids at the two level might be dreary here if you're playing that. So you're just going to bid one no trump. And partner's going to bid two diamonds. Now, what we have to recognize here is that our one no trump is no longer the one no trump forcing bid. And it's because of this first call that we made. We passed. Right? So when partner opens a major and we bid a no trump after we've already passed, this one no trump is more of a naturalish type bid, but it's still what we call semi forcing, which means that if partner has something to bid, they should bid it. But in the case where they have like a balanced minimum, they are absolutely allowed to pass this one no trump bid. Okay, so in this case, if partner had some sort of balanced hand with 5-3-3-2, where they would normally have to bid two of a minor, two of their three card minor, here they don't have to do that. Pass was one of their options. So when we see our partner bid two diamonds, we should know they have four. And that's why we can pass two diamonds on this hand. However, if this pass is gone, right? Let's say we are an unpassed hand. This would be an interesting spot where if it went a heart by partner, we bid a no trump and they bid two diamonds, we're actually supposed to return to the heart suit. Almost always, even though our diamonds are so good. And I wouldn't blame anybody for passing in this spot, but usually when you have four of the minor suit and only two of the original major, you're still supposed to convert back to the major suit, which is hearts. And this is for a couple of reasons, but the main one is that if the one no trump was forcing, which here it is because we did not pass first, this two diamond bid could be only three. Right? So rather than playing a 3-4 diamond fit, we'll bring partner back to that 5-2 major suit fit. When I clear away these markings here and we are now a passed hand, now this is absolutely a real diamond suit. Partner's not going to be bidding a 3-card minor because they don't have to. So here, this is diamonds and we pass. And we play 2 diamonds. And if you did that at the club today, you did really well. You would have made 5. And in fact, that was good for the second highest score this week. Diamonds making 5 was almost as good as the pair that actually played 2 hearts making 5, which was the best score. All right, but really the best auction on this end is probably the one you're looking at here. 1 heart, pass, 1 no trump, 2 diamonds, all pass. All right, don't get too excited. All right, so board 28 was kind of a funny one, and we'll look at the whole hand in a second, but I wanted to show you South's choice. Right? If the auction starts with North opening a club and East overcalling a diamond, which I think was probably the most common thing to be happening at the tables today, the question would be, what do we do as South? And the answer is we pass, and we pass with the sole hope that partner will reopen the auction with a double if it gets back to them. And on this hand, so if we pass and then partner reopens this auction with a double, we intend to pass also. Right? We're going to play 1 diamond double for penalty. I mean, we have 6 trumps, and our partner opened the bidding, and we have an ace and a king. Right? So this very likely could be the best plus score we can achieve on a board like this, especially considering we know it's a misfit for the most part, right? If East has at least 5 diamonds, we have 6. It looks like my partner is short in my best suit, obviously, because East just bid it. Okay, so if you want to play for penalty in these spots, you have to start with a pass, and then partner has to oblige by reopening this hand with a double. Not sure that's going to happen on a hand like this because North actually has a super shapely hand here. And I want to see what East was looking at as well, because East may even have a better call than 1 diamond. And it's double, actually. On a hand like this, what I usually tell people is if you have a 5-card major and a normal opening hand, don't double bid your major. However, when you have both majors and a 5-card minor, right, you have 4 hearts, 3 spades, and you do have 5 diamonds, and a good enough hand, which this hand is really nice, it's okay to double instead. Right, because now you're bringing all 3 of your suits into the mix, especially the major suits, right? So if you happen to find a major suit fit, you're going to be super happy, right? This isn't the perfect shape, but it's pretty ideal for the bid you're making, right? You have at least 4-3 in the majors, you have a good opening hand, and of course you have that nice diamond suit. So rather than bid 1 diamond, where your range is really wide, right? It's like 8 to 17, double, and now your partner at least knows you have an opening hand or better. Okay, guys. Well, that's it. That's all I had time for in this video. I tried to get to the most pressing questions and the ones that are going to help you the most down the road. I don't want to make the video too long, and you all had some excellent questions this morning, so I hope I addressed those to most of you personally. And if I didn't, catch me at either one of the classes or next Thursday, and we can chat about what I might have missed. But I will see you next week. And for those of you watching online, I have an online lesson coming up on October 30th. It's a live online lesson. I'm going to do it right on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to be informed about all the stuff going on with LearnBridge.nyc, just visit the site and subscribe to that newsletter and subscribe to this channel. You'll be in the know. So until next time, guys, I'll thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you at the tables. Take care.